Right, good evening, thanks very much for coming. It's appreciated. I'll just do a quick run through of today's market, which has been really good. And again, we've been watching in the room, and we do get frustrated when people not, I'm going to say try and push water uphill, but it's not actually been the case today. When people are trading for or over trading, for want of a better word, we look to probably do, well, in our ideal world we'll do 4 trades a week, but in reality it's probably 8 to 10, and that's it. Don't need to do anything else. I know it's frustrating for people. They have to sit and wait for the setups, but it really is a difference. Over trading is, it's one of them things that will get to you in the end. So just be aware of it. It's okay if you're on small stakes, but the big difference in this game is to sit and wait for the high probability setups and then hit them when you can, and then use the spreadsheet to make the difference. Anyway, on to today's market. If anyone's got any questions, put it in the chat. It is recorded, and we are going to make this public, but obviously the room list is not being recorded, so feel free to ask any questions. It all helps. So this morning we were kicking ourselves left, right, centre, blue, whatever, for those that were here this morning. We put in the room, I don't know if we did on Twitter, but we put in the room that FTSE was setting up for a long on the open, but 7:45 the market reversed before we even got in, so that was really annoying. We couldn't just buy on the opening spike. By the way, all these levels, I believe, all these lines on the charts were put in at 8 to 8:15 this morning. We don't make this stuff up after the fact. Well, the only one that we put in, sorry, was 57, which I'll come on to in a minute. The market opens reverse, and I know there's ways of trading pre-open, pre-auction, but it's not something that we try and. You can do it, but you need a different sort of account. But if you're new to this, then unfortunately you've just got to sit on your hands and get frustrated a little bit and wait for the setup. Excuse me. So we've got the opening spike, which burst straight through 50. Obviously 50 is level and 00 is a level that we always look to trade at, but we couldn't do anything on the open. We couldn't just hit and hope, as we say. We're on a 3-minute chart here and it didn't show us an entry. We then got a crisp pullback, which was, again, wasn't really a setup. Well, we did mention it in the room, but it wasn't really cast iron. We'd like to see a bit more retracement. And then the market goes back and tests the high of 57, and I think this was the only line that we drew in after the open. All the rest are either fib levels or previous support and resistance, which is the same thing really, but the market goes up, bounces off, comes up. We did go short at the test of this candle here, straight short, and again we put it live, but we can't put it really on the members Twitter because it's too fast. But we got short at 57, and we could have got, I think with the spread we're probably only up 5 pips, and we could have probably move the stop to +1, but we didn't, and we got stopped out for 0. Now, one of the important points, and again I hope people that were in the room got this, is you have to let your stop get hit, because you've no idea if it's going to stop at 60, 65, 70, 80, 00. We have a line at 57.11. You've no idea, and you can't sit there with your head in your hands while the market goes against you. You've got to get out and let your stop get hit. You can always get back in. I'll come on to that in a minute. So we got out for -1 in all this chop, which it was counter trend, and the old saying, your trend is your friend until it ends. But so we sat and watched this. It went through, so that was the only line that we drew in. Let me just delete that. That was the only one that wasn't here at the beginning. It went through this, and we had 68, and again we don't work to a pip, it's an area, it's not an exact science. We had this 68 level drawn in this morning, for various reasons. If you look back at your charts, you can understand why. And 77 as well. So market goes straight through. We just sat and watched this, and again we were live. It's not made up or anything. The market goes up, and we just saw. I mean, we saw it on a 1 minute chart, which I don't want to flick to at the moment because it's confusing for the video. But we just saw price stall. We were waiting all the time because I know it's counter trend, but you can't just jump in. Or we can't anyway. I mean, that was the best. Sorry, that was the best. You know, these two candles here where price comes down and respects the 6 minute moving average on a 3 minute chart is the equivalent of a crisp pullback, and you can see how well it's held. So you could be very careful going counter trend. So we just sat and waited, and we took this short on this, and we looked at it on a 1 minute chart, and we grabbed I think 6 or 7, I can't remember. So we're back in profit. And then we had other stuff to do, but you can see how the levels are respected. Price could bust up. It's not a massive level of 77, and then look what happened. You know, this 68 became key during the day, and I think at least one person asked us why we got the 68. I hope they can see that. But anyway, chop, 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 and we're always looking at 0, 0. But what we want to see is fast price action to 0, 0. We don't want to see. So I'll just move this across. We do not like to see price drift into 0, 0, which happened here. You know, normally this candle would have gone up, hit 0, 0. But the market's set a top here. It's set a top here. What's it showing you? Again, we combine price action with our setups. The market is showing you that there's no more buyers. No one wants to go long. So this 0, 0 level or wall effectively was valid. I think we did put on the Twitter that we would not be. Well, we definitely did. And we put it in the. I'm not sure if we put it on Twitter actually. We put it in the room. Don't be surprised. Yeah, that was it, because one of the guys I think took short at 90 and then got out for break even or a pip, and we said, "Why have you done that?" Which he had a valid reason, because it was just chop. I mean, price action was rubbish. Because there's a reason why price action was rubbish, and I hope you can work that out. Which you know, it's these things you need to think of. I always try and teach you to think like a professional, even though if you're an amateur trader, well, there's no such thing as an amateur trader. Sorry, even if you sat at home, you should be thinking like a professional. And so there's a reason for all this chop. But and again, we always like to say, you're in it until the trade's invalidated. If it's invalidated, you get out. But I know it's a difficult skill for people to learn, especially new people. But you just need to have confidence, which is why we teach what we teach, and we also I'll rephrase that. We try and teach patience and discipline, because that's all you need to do really. The setups are so easy. It's patience and discipline, not to chase trades. That's why we do 2 hours free of just pure, 80 to 9% of it is pure psychology, because that is the difference. Anyway, so the market doesn't want to go any higher. We'd have gone short up here, and we did say in the room, we didn't put it on Twitter because we've been busy all day, that don't be surprised to see 70. And again, I know people think we make this up, but we don't. Price goes down, where does it stop? And this line was drawn at 8 o'clock this morning. We love trading levels. Super trader traits, and the setups work so well. The rest of it is irrelevant. Excuse me. The rest is totally irrelevant. You don't need to do anything else. We're proof of that. If we can do this, anyone can do it. Price goes down, bounces off. You can't really justify going long at here. I know in hindsight you can, obviously, but it's important for later on, because it's mid-range. We like to trade the extremes of the range, which a lot of professionals do. There's a reason why they're professionals. Anyway, so we have a bit of news out, 1:30. The market goes up and it tests 0, 0, and getting in short up here is not a problem. It's a difference in price action between this general drift up and this fast price action. And a few people, took the short in here, and there's nothing wrong in that. But we did say again, you have to run a really tight stop. And if you're running a 2-pip, 3-pip stop, which is fine on a 0-0 number, then you have to wait for price to come, break below it. Wait for the moving averages to curl over, because you need a little bit of room for it to breathe, or your stop needs to be above 11, which is answer to Richard's question he asked me before. Our stop would have been at 13, and then again we teach trade management. This risk here needs to be the same. You can't just. You always need to look at your stops. You have to run a really, really tight stop, or you have to put your stop at the point that the market invalidates your trade. That's the difference. And again, it's not rocket science. There's no such thing as rocket science in trading. Market goes up, we missed this, and we would have taken this long, and we'd have got stopped out for 0 or +1. But we always say what we do. We're not here to come back afterwards and say, oh, look how clever we are. We did post again in the room and on our Twitter feed, we've gone long here, and you can just sell these candles. Again, it wasn't really making new highs. What's it saying? Again, there's no new buyers. No one wants to buy. The market goes off, and this is a classic setup. Alright, it's not a technical double top, but it's still a wash and wipe, although it's a strange wash and wipe, but it is a wash and wipe. So all you do is just wait. If you're short, you make sure your stop's above your next safety net. And if it hits that, you get out, or you just wait for it to break below 0. This here is a classic Chris reverse pullback. We had one of these last week, and this is, you can make your money in a week just by trading these. It's just patience, discipline, and sticking to your rules. So you can see what happened after that. And again, look where the market came down to 68 level, this magic line that's not magic. And I know a few people trying to short this and long this, and it was like, what the heck, what are you doing? All this line was a target for going down. If you were short anywhere in here, then that was your target. And again, we posted that. Market chops around. You cannot trade any of this rubbish. And then, towards 4:30, look what happens again. Look at this candle. This is exactly what you want to see. And again, look at the mirror from here to here. It's just starting a bit higher. And you get this wash and wipe of the 0-0. You be honest, this is again make your money for the week trade or make your money for the day. You short it, and again, look where it stops. That's 3 moves down to 70 from a line that was drawn at 8 o'clock this morning. So that's all you need to do. Patience. I know we're busy at the moment, and we would love to do more, and we will do. It's all in hand. It will be sorted, but at the end of the day, you've got to learn to do it for yourself. And after that, there's a lot of rubbish. You can't do anything else. And that's it, really. So as there's no questions, I will leave you to it. Go and get some food, and I'll be back at 7 o'clock ish in the morning, and then for London Open at 8 o'clock. But I hope you take my point. You've got to step back sometime. And sorry, Michael, I don't understand. 5 PM. Now, I wouldn't be bothered in that, to be honest. But was it? Andy, I don't want to answer that on here, and it's not secret. I'll show you in a minute. But I wouldn't be interested, Michael. If you've just come in and trading. I mean, Simon was waiting for a sell of 60, and it technically is, but the market tends to drift back to the mean when there's not a lot of news out. That's what we were saying this morning, that even though we didn't make new highs and test the 0-0, then more than likely it was to drop down. And we did say 70, and that's what happened. So yeah, when there's no news out, market will tend to drift back to a medium or mean, whichever the correct word is. But okay, on that, I'll finish for the day, and I'll post this, and I'll be back later, and I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks very much.